Hello everyone, what's going on? We are here with a really special guest today, Gerry from Bar Painting. This guy is not only one of my clients, now after working with him, he's actually more than a client to me and he's been so much inspiring to me as well. And Gerry, like he started as a teacher, he was actually teaching like kids. That's how he started, which was quite interesting to me. From there, he was actually like studying in University of Arizona for economics, and he was the guy that always wanted to do something with numbers. So he actually left that job and started working with like probably like an insurance agency as a sales guy. That was also really stressful for him because he actually left a really good paying job, which was where he was actually well respected. He was actually teaching people. He left that job for that sales job, but the experience he told me, he used to call 1,000 people, and out of those 1,000 people only one would actually pick up. And like a couple of months later, they actually decided to let him go, not because of his issue, but because the company wasn't making much revenue themselves. So he left that job and he was kind of like worried what to do. He was applying for jobs here and there. His little brother offered, like, he worked at Home Depot at the moment, and he said like, you want to come work with us? And he was like, I want to work in my own field, something that I love, like something that's got to do with numbers. But he said like at the moment that he really needed money, and that's where like really the entrepreneurs are made, where like you're looking for stuff, where you're looking for opportunities, and opportunities to grow financially and to grow like help as well, like your family as well. So he needed the money. He actually worked at Home Depot. Now the funny thing, he worked in the paint department, right? So that's where everything started for him. In the paint department, he actually like Sherwin Williams hired him as well. Is that right? Yeah, so he worked as a rep with Sherwin Williams as well, and then he actually had probably like one of his friends who used to do something with walls, and he actually had like a lot of rooms that need to be painted. So he just asked him like, I don't want to do the painting myself. It's hard. It's stressful. Do you want to paint these houses? And that's where he like actually started painting himself with like prior experience in like paint department and with like experience with Sherwin Williams as well. So he started painting, but he was like, this is way too much stressful. There could be a better way for this, for us to paint these houses, right? So that's where it all started. He started learning for his like state license for Arizona to be a contractor, like a licensed contractor. He got that license. He passed that test, and then right after that, he actually like told Joel that, hey, look at this. I got my own license. And with Joel actually offered him an opportunity. He was like, dude, we have got a position open. You wanna come work with us? But at the moment, Jerry was like, I really want to start my own thing. I want to do my own thing, just like we all want to do. But he was smart enough to actually work with Joel, take that opportunity, and now he literally said this himself that if he wouldn't have worked with Joel, he wouldn't have like the knowledge that he have right now, and like the experience that he have right now. Because at the moment, like the company was doing probably like 2 million, and he was the project, he was handling a lot of the production like weekly. So seeing that was a lot of rapid growth, and like that, now Jerry is working on his own business, bar painting, which I'm super excited about to see his growth for the next year. So Jerry, what do you wanna share, like add more to your introduction?
Well, yeah, I mean, you did a great job with the introduction, to be honest. Thank you so much for that. You pay attention. That's good. Um, so yeah, dude, I mean, from there, where I started doing my own thing, it just kind of slowly but surely, right? It just started, okay, I got a couple jobs here, March, April, numbers went up here. Then it's like May, boom. So we just kept on seeing. It was fun to see the ladder grow, and it's just been a huge roller coaster. good and bad. But as I was mentioning to you earlier, it's just been fun. I mean, this is all fun to me. Even when there's bad times, even when it's stressful. Sometimes you're like, man, I could do it without the stress. But the stress is what makes us learn. It makes us better. If anything, I think the bad times help us more than the good times as far as growth. So we just kind of look at the stressful times as growth, and and honestly, it's been a blessing to have the good times and the bad times. So we're doing very good. I kind of see already where I'm tapping out myself because I'm not sure if you know this, but I'm pretty much wearing all the hats. I am my production manager. I am my admin. I am my estimator. I do all three of those besides paint. I'm off the tools. I do not paint. I have great people that paint for us. But as far as the everything else, I'm busy, right? I don't really get to focus on the growth as much as I would like. Because when you get too busy, and it's something that I kind of learned throughout the process, Jabber, is, I was thinking, let's get all these jobs. Oh, it's slow. Let's get all these jobs. Get jobs, 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 jobs. Guess what? I was doing all those jobs. As soon as I got the jobs, I would do them. So we would get busy, do the jobs. We're super busy, and guess what? When you're super busy doing the jobs, guess what you focus less on? Everything
On growth.
else. On growth. You focus less on sales, which is really you never should. Sales, you always gotta do sales, always, or else you're gonna get slow and you're gonna do this. You're always gonna be like this, and I was like that. I was like that until I realized, wait a second. When I get these jobs, I need to book them out. That way it's consistent. Not that way. I'm not crazy busy with the production, and I could focus on sales. So, I mean, there's like little things like that that I'm learning that you may think, oh man, that's obvious, Jerry, that's obvious. But for me, a lot of people say common sense is not so common. And for me, I always have to learn the hard way, unfortunately. But if somebody tells me, if somebody learned the hard way already and they tell me, then I take it. I'm like, okay, I know that what you're saying is 100% gold. I'm gonna do it that way. But if nobody tells me, I usually learn the hard way, and that's okay. I rather not, but it's okay as long as I learn. If I keep on making the same mistake and not learning, that's the problem, right? So we always have to learn from our mistakes because if we keep making the mistakes without learning, that's the problem. I think that's what's kind of regresses us back. So, I mean, as you can see, I get excited, right, talking about this stuff because I am excited. I'm super excited about this. It's super fun to me. And like I was telling you earlier today, the goal, thanks to PaintCon, increased by like double. And thanks to PaintCon too, I mean, I already knew, but they solidified this. All these people that have great systems, that have huge companies, guess what they have? They have a great team. Just like how you said. They have a great team, and that's what I need to do. I need to bring the Avengers together. I need to build the team. So, a lot of people will say, "Oh, is that your goal for 2026?" Guess what? I'm not waiting till January 1st to do that. Start doing that now. Now, that way January 1st, beginning of next year, we're already on the way up there. I don't want to wait till January 1st. A lot of people have that mindset, but I'm thinking of let me get a head start, you know? So yeah,
100%.
dude.
You know what? There's something that I want to say really over here. There's a really powerful saying in our region. It's now or never. Either you do it now or you're never going to do it. And the mentality like I'm going to start next week, I'm going to start next month, or I'm going to start by the next year. It's all in your head. And another amazing thing that I want to say, like you said, like you notice this, like hard times are a blessing, right? And they're a blessing in disguise, right? At the moment you might not know this, but There's another really powerful saying: where do like humans grow? In the place of comfort or discomfort? And
Discomfort.
you already know the answer. Going to the gym, that's like 100% discomfortable. You don't want to do it, but is it worth it though? That's like the question you need to ask yourself, right? So 100% amazing, man. And that's really amazing as well. And one another thing like super amazing that you mentioned, like going to the networking event literally double your goal for the next year, right? You realize like how low you were aiming, because you just surrounded yourself with a community of killers, with a community of people that are already crushing it, right? So guess what happens when you are in a community like that, when you are surrounded yourself with people that are doing like double yourself, you're gonna feel small. You're gonna feel like not small in a bad way, not like if you're comparing yourself, not like that, but you're gonna feel the potential that you can literally have, right? That these guys, if they can do like the same thing, they're offering the same thing and they're doing like double of what I'm doing, then there's definitely potential for me as well, right? So these
100%.
are like couple of things that I really wanted to highlight, like that I really like that you just mentioned. So yeah, man, what else would you like to like share with the audience today, man?
I mean, part of what you're saying right now, as far as surrounding yourself with killers, right? When you surround yourself with great people, you tend to want to like stay up on that level. You don't want to be, to me, I want to be the least smartest person in the room. I want to be the dumbest person in the room because I want to learn from all these people. I do a lot of, not a lot, but I do networking things. I've always been good at talking to people. I want to say that's one of my superpowers. Even before doing my own business, I was always great at talking to people. People would tell me, Jerry, why are you always in a good mood? Why are we smiling? I'm like, because I'm happy. Am I not allowed to be happy? Like, you should be happy too. Like, we get to live, we get to work, we get to breathe. We're healthy. What's there not to be happy about? You know? And I'm very grateful for everything, every little thing. Because, when I was younger, I made a lot of mistakes. Mistakes that could have got me, killed. And ever since then, you wake up the next day, and you wake up after that, after almost, your life could end. You wake up after and you're grateful. You're grateful every single day about everything. Everything. So I also give, like we were talking about earlier, that was a really bad situation that happened to me when I was younger. And I was very, like, I was depressed, very depressed about that situation that happened. But it changed me for who I am. It made me better. And ever since then, honestly, I ended projecting upwards since that very bad time. And I think your attitude, being happy, talking to people. I was saying I was always very good at talking to people, right? Somebody just asked me. We just went to a recent BNI meeting group here, and one of the president of our chapter said, Jerry, all these people from Levine, because he knows I'm here from Levine, and he knows that I know a lot of people from Levine. He's like, yeah, you know everybody from Levine here? I'm like, I just barely met them today. Because he saw me talking to so many people. If you were in that room, you would see that I was pretty much the only one jumping around to random people. Everybody was just sticking with their own circle, being comfortable, sticking with the people that they already know. That's who they were networking. Imagine just networking with people that you already know. I think the point of going to these groups is to meet new people, right? And then once you get their information, then you can talk to them, like, build that relationship. But if you're going to see them a whole bunch of times, you might as well, take advantage of the people that you never see. Go meet them. Go see how you can help them. Go see how they can help you. And build relationships like that. So I was honestly super surprised when he said that, when he's like, "Hey, Jerry, you know all these people from Levine?" Mm-mm. Did it make it seem that way? Yeah, because I was talking to them like I knew them already. And, you know, somebody else asked me, like, "Jerry, you really like talking to people, don't you?" I told him, "I do, but guess what? I don't want to." Because nobody, our comfort, we don't want to do that stuff. We want to stay relaxed. We want to stay in our comfort zone. And when you do that, when you kind of force yourself, because me, you would think I love talking to people, right? But I forced myself to go to different circles and talk to people. It wasn't something that naturally happened. No, I said, "Jerry, you're here. You need to take advantage, and you need to go meet people. You might meet the right person." So that's what I did. And to others, it seems like, "Oh, this guy loves doing this." But no, I just know what it takes, you know? I think in business, Jabber, and you know this, everybody should know this. Networking and relationships is the most important thing in business. I truly believe that. Building relationships is the most important thing to make a successful business. Now, how do you do that though? Obviously, you got to work on yourself first, because nobody wants to build a relationship with somebody that doesn't take care of themselves, to somebody that doesn't look like they care about themselves. So first you got to take care of yourself. But when you take care of yourself, then you got to go build relationships. And I really love the whole thing about win-wins, givers gain. That's something that BNI talks about. I love to give. I love to give. I don't care if I get back. But the universe says, I want to give back to you because you're giving, right? So it just always works out. I'm really fortunate I'm very blessed to have this mindset. I didn't just naturally get like this. It just happened over time because you see results, right? Life is much easier. Life is much more enjoyable when you're like this. When you love people. I love people. I love humans. Um, when I was younger, I used to surround myself with people that hated people. I said, I don't agree with you on that. There's bad people on earth, but I look for the good in everybody. And I don't judge people. Like if somebody talks bad about somebody else to me, I don't judge them based off what they tell me. I judge them after I talk to them. And even then, I don't even judge them. But I talk to them first. I know a lot of people that will allow somebody else to plant a bad seed of somebody else because they had a bad experience with them. But I never really, I've never been like that. I always, give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Like I said, I love humans. I love people. I love helping. And I always want to see the good in people. Now, you need to be careful. You can't be too nice. You can't be too vulnerable because some people do take advantage of that. And I think with time, you learn that stuff. I mean, Joel will tell you too. He was the nicest guy. He's still a really nice guy, but he had to learn. And he's always telling me because he's like, "Jerry, you remind me so much of me when I was younger." And it's funny because our birthdays are actually very close to each other. Um, and he would tell me too, "Jerry, you're gonna have to learn, man. You're just gonna have to learn. I've been there. I've been done that." And yes, he was right. So you slowly start to really connect the patterns, connect the dots, and realize, you know what? This person may not have the best intentions for me. I'm gonna respectfully, I respect you, but we're gonna get a little space between us, right? So, I mean, I guess I went off on a tantrum about relationships and humans and people, right? Because they always say, I have a painting business, right? But we're in the business of people. We're not really in the business of paint. We're in the business of people. And people buy with people they trust. And people work with people they trust. And people listen to people who they trust. So, I mean, I think it's just the number one thing. It's human interaction and people and listening. Joe talks about like it's all about listening and paying attention to people and doing what's right for them.
100%. You know what? Like couple of things that you said, like really, I understand those as well. Like the first thing, you never have to be really nice, right? Because if you are the nicest guy, and like there's probably like a saying, or maybe like there's a book. I don't know what exactly it is, but you need to learn to say no, right? Because if you're really like the nicest guy, then you're 100% gonna get taken advantage of. And I'm like a perfect example for myself, right? And recently I've had a lot of people like take advantage, right? And it was a really bad experience, right? But that was the first time for me, and that's never gonna happen again, because I know for a fact that these people, they might look like they have the best intentions, but they definitely don't, right? So you need to learn to say no, even if like you feel like you cannot say no, right? That's really powerful. And then like networking, dude, I love it, bro. One thing that I would say for myself personally, right? Because you can network locally, and for me, my like target audience, they're all across the world, right? So how can a person like me who isn't even in person network with a lot of these people, right? So this is where like social media comes in, right? I was able to network with a lot of people, right? Now one guy, I'm gonna mention him, and you're probably gonna be surprised, or maybe not. I don't know, but I networked with him, and I got on a call with him, which was really literally mind blowing to me. Which CRM do you use, by the way?
CRM?
Yeah.
I use Jobber, so I think I know who you're talking about.
What am I gonna talk about? Tell me.
Are you talking about Tanner?
No. So Tanner, like he's a CEO of Drip Shops, but I've been able to like connect with a lot of great people in like painting industry. That's no doubt, all through networking, all through building relationships. But like this is a really fun one because Jobber, that's a that's a really big CRM, right? It has a really big name in the home service industry, right? And not many people know this. Earlier this year, I was able to network with director of Jobber, and I was able to get on a call with him. He actually had like a fun little project he was doing, so I actually helped him out with that, with a website audit, right? And that was
Oh
like,
wow.
when I got on a call with him, I was like literally surprised with like, this guy is a director of a CRM that's used by thousands of home service businesses. It's not small by any means, right? So I was like, wow, that's crazy. And that's all through like me networking with like random people I don't even know, me building relationships online, helping people, and like adding value, right? Because the way I was able to connect with him, and I was able to like do an audit for him, right? So that audit literally got me connected with him. So it's kind of like interesting, that if first of all, like networking, where I see like a lot of people tell me as well, a lot of people I've had on podcasts, they tell me like, if you're trying to network, try to be the valuable guy. Don't try to get the most value out of those people, right? Try to give to them, right? And don't expect anything in back, right? So try to add value, and that's how you can get into like a lot of these rooms, right? And by the way, this podcast, this is 100% free for the people listening, and for the people that hop on this podcast, share value as well, right? You are not getting paid. I'm not getting paid for doing this, right? I don't even make money out of this, right? I make $0 from this, right? But why am I doing this? Why are you even hopping on to help the community, right? It's all about the abundance mindset of giving back, right?
100%.
So that's literally amazing to me, and that's kind of like whenever I do a podcast, I'm like, first of all, by the way, every time I do a podcast, there comes a little hurdle. I don't want to do this anymore. Like whatever it is, right? There comes like a lot of things in the way, right? But I do it anyways. I don't complain even if it's like I've done podcasts like two podcasts literally in one day, and both of those were 1 a.m. and then 3 a.m. probably like midnights, right? I did those anyways. But whenever I do the podcast, I'm like, that's amazing. I needed this. I needed to like have this conversation. That's gonna be so much more valuable. So that's kind of like you have to step out of your comfort zone, right? And that's kind of like you add value, you build relationships, you get out of your comfort zone, you keep showing up. That's how you can grow yourself as well, like the personal development as well, because there's the personal development aspect and there's like the business growth as well. And by the way, business growth, I personally think like business growth is really correlated to personal growth as well, right? If you're not growing as a person, then like probably business won't grow either.
And that's 100% correct. They were talking about a lot of that at PaintCon. Almost every single speaker said, guess who is responsible for the success of your business? Guess who is responsible for where your business is at right now? It's not your workers, it's not your production manager. It is you. Every single one. Every single one said that. So it does start with you. It starts with you. And
100%.
then, I mean, because you're the leader, right? You're the leader in that organization. And one of Joel's favorite thing is, John C. Maxwell. He's the leader of leaders. This guy builds leaders on leaders on leaders. I may say this number wrong, but I think millions of leaders. And leadership is influence. And when you influence your company, I mean, you really influence your company by trickling down. You influence your leadership. You influence your workers under them. Ultimately, you're also influencing the customers, your clients. And when I say influence, it's like in a positive way, right? You're influencing them with good attitudes, with integrity, doing what you say you're going to do, that kind of stuff. But honestly, one thing that you mentioned that I didn't say, but congrats, bro. Congrats on getting connected with that jobber dude. That's huge. That's super huge. That's not like small at all. That's a good one, bro. Good stuff,
100%.
dude. And that's just the beginning. This is just the beginning. So I'm excited to see what you do too, man. Super
100%, bro.
excited.
Like, I have so much plans for growing for the next year, but that all starts now, right? Just like you said, it doesn't start next month or January or next year. It starts now, right? Because the person that probably waits till the next year, like he says, like, let's just take an example, like a fat person. He says, like, I'm gonna stop eating junk food from the next year. I'm gonna start hitting the gym from the next year. And when that next year comes, he's the most consistent guy. He shows up every day in the gym, but after a week, you don't see him anymore, right? Because what he's actually riding on is motivation, right? He's riding on like new year, new me, that kind of motivation, right? But that doesn't last you long time. What we really need to build is the discipline. It's the discipline of showing up every single day consistently, and consistency is the key, right? And if you can build that discipline, then you can definitely conquer a lot of things, right? I was actually like watching a video, and that video was like really mind blowing to me. Like, there was somebody like in Dubai like pointing out to like the huge skyscrapers. It's like these skyscrapers, they were not there like probably like 10, 20 years before, right? So if some people, if some dedicated man can build these huge skyscrapers in like 10, 20 years, then don't you think like you could build something way much bigger in the next couple of years? And if you're really like scared to post online, if you're really scared to like do all of these things, like dude, these guys literally had to climb towers to build these things, and we cannot even put take our phone, record ourselves, put ourselves out there, get more visibility, and get even paid more, right? Those guys were not even like paid close to what the opportunities are. The universe is like literally handing you all of these opportunities. You have the unlimited knowledge. You have like this podcast. The knowledge is free, right? There's a lot of knowledge out there, but you just have to like step out of your comfort zone and actually do it, right? Because nobody else is going to do it for you.
Yeah, nobody else is gonna do it for you. It's all up to you. And I mean, if we waited for somebody, right, we would probably not be where we're at right now. So yeah, that's a good one, man.
100%. And one thing that I also want you to like tell me more about and like tell the audience more about is the coaching aspect, right? Because I know you said like learning from other people and like learning from Joel in particular for you, that helped you like that helped with the growth and that helped with the knowledge, and like in general like learning from other people ideas, getting inspired. I want you to like go a little bit deep into that as well.
Yeah, so I mean, before I started getting really involved with the whole coaching thing, I prayed to for that, you know. I did not know anybody in my life that had a, well, you know, I'm not gonna say anybody in my life, but I didn't really have actual mentors. And I realized, you know, everybody that is pretty successful, they didn't do it by themselves. I mean, look at all these great basketball players, all these great athletes. You think they didn't have a coach? They all have a coach. They all had somebody that moved them up to the next level. Like, yes, they're talented. They're already talented. But without the coach's guidance, I don't think they would be where they got to or where they're at. So I knew that I needed to get somebody that would be a good influence on me, that would care about my growth. And long story short, you know, got connected with Joel, started being under his wing. And on top of being under his wing, you know, we do the calls every week. I think he does a free call every Wednesday. I've been doing it for I think about a year now. No, it's over a year now. Yeah, we've been doing that every Wednesday over a year. He started, you know, himself started being more on the coaching side. So now he has, you know, the school community. We do the book club on Mondays. We do the MVP call Wednesdays. And right after the MVP call on Wednesdays, we do the sales calls. And just being consistent with being on those calls is like super important. And you know what's crazy? It's actually not crazy, but we go over the same stuff all the time. All the time. And I love that. I love that because it just gets ingrained in your head. Ingrained in your head. Repetition. The repetition, I mean, it's like it's just preparation, right? Preparation for the world. He says, be ready, get ready, stay ready, you know? So being prepared, proper preparation prevents poor performance. And you're consistent with those calls. I mean, any situation that comes up to life, you kind of already know how to handle it because you have a great guy talking. And the thing about Joel is like, yes, he has his ideas, but he's given us information from other great leaders. Like he reads a whole bunch of books. John C. Maxwell, Stephen Covey, Dan Martell, all these great people. Like, and he's bringing it in. He's taking summaries and then he's giving it to us. So, on top of that, you know, I listen to the Paint Your Path podcast. They have a lot of great stuff on there. They brought a lot of great people on there. One of the most memorable ones for me that they brought on was, the Eric Barstow. You heard of that guy? I mean, that's the guy that before I even met Joel, I was watching YouTube videos on him. Like, that guy's a legend in my eyes. He gave so much value for free, and then to see two guys, Aiden and Joel, that I look up to, actually get to talk to them and talk to them about real stuff. That was awesome. That was awesome to hear, and he had some great things that he talked about. And I mean, I don't have to worry about this right now. One of the great things that Eric talked about in that podcast was, once you get to that level when money doesn't matter anymore. Because I don't know about you, but for me, right now, money is, what we're chasing. Like, we're doing this for money eventually. Like, essentially, I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to become financially free. I want to retire my parents. You know, there's a goal. I have a goal with this. But Eric says, once you reach that goal and money is no longer the what you are chasing, what you want, if you don't have something that fulfills you, once you get to that point, it can become very depressing. So you always have to have a purpose in life. You always have to have a goal. I don't know who told me this, but there's some like Olympics that have said once they won, they don't know what to do. They become depressed because they worked all their life to become the champions, to become gold. And once they do that, they're like, well, I worked all my life for this and I got it already. I don't know what to do next. You lose that purpose. So that was one thing that really made me think, Jerry, once you get to that point, what will fulfill you? And honestly, I won't really know until I get to that point, because I still have that purpose of, like, getting money, retiring my parents, doing it for my family. My motivation, yes, is for me. My purpose, yes, is for me, but it's for my family. That's the ultimate driver right there. My family. And I guess we'll see when we get there. But I truly believe I will have a higher purpose than just money when I get there. I really, truly believe that. Because I love to help out. I joined another group where they do a lot of charity and volunteering work. And I'm super excited to do that. We're going to go take kids to go do a shopping spree. Less fortunate kids. Take them for a shopping spree for Christmas. I'm going to be involved in that. We're going to do like sports, that kind of stuff, and really just help out the community. That's the kind of stuff that makes me happy. I want to help out, especially kids, man. Kids are the future. They are the future of the world. So we got to take care of them. But yeah, I mean, and then you said as far as coaching, I read books too, I love reading books. I gotta be honest. I kind of, we are reading the book club book. We read a book, we review it every week, like some chapters from it. Aside from that, I was reading my own side book. I kind of slacked it on it. I haven't been doing that very much lately, but I want to hop on it because I love to read because you get other people's ideas. What was I talking about? People could be so just in their own mind and they think what I think is right, what I think is correct. I have the best ideas, but it's not true. It's not true. Yes, you have good ideas, but when you collaborate with other great minds, imagine the potential. You think 5 great minds versus 1 great mind, who's going to win? The 5, right? They're going to go like, yeah. So it's like more is bigger than 1, if I am saying that right. But yeah, bro. And self development's honestly super important for me. They asked me there at that BNI. You know, BNI is all about referrals. That's why I joined BNI because I was really slow in August. I was recommended, hey, join your closest BNI group, join your chambers of commerce, right? So I said, okay, I need to get work, I need to get referrals, and so we did. Little little bit after, I realized, you know what? I don't want the referrals are not important to me here. Like, yeah, it is important, but I don't. That's not what I care about right now. And they asked me because there's a mentor in there, and he said, Jerry, what can I help you with? Like, what can I help you with? And I told him the same thing. Honestly, dude, I joined for referrals, but I don't really. That's not what I want from here anymore. What can I help you with, Jerry? I want to be better. I want to be a better speaker. I want to be a better um, learner. He's like, I can help you with that. So it's a lot about self development there now. Because if I'm not sure if you know this, but at BNI, you give you have an opportunity to give your commercial. Everybody has like 30, 40 seconds, and they stand up and they give their pitch to the group. You give your commercial. When I first started it, I was like, bar painting, I was nervous. And I'm actually really good at talking to people, but I was nervous for the first few times. And then after getting, used to it, getting a little bit of coaching from this gentleman, my commercials have became much more professional. People are like super like, Jerry, great job. You're doing awesome. Um, I love hearing that. I love hearing praises, to be honest with you. But being developed in that area in the speaking, because you know what? When I do that, guess what? When I talk to people, like my customers giving estimates, I'm the same. Like, it's a presentation. So my presentation got better. And guess what? The close rates are better. So that's one thing that BNI helped me. I mean, that's all the coaching that I'm doing right now. I went to school, got education. I'm a student for life. I love learning.
Why don't I put you on the spot? Give us a 30-second pitch right now, and let's see how much you have improved.
Okay,
Let's
put
do
me
it,
on the
man.
spot. Put me on the
Yeah,
spot. But you ready?
let's do it.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Gerry with Bar Painting. I am a residential and commercial painting contractor. We do cabinets, interiors, and exteriors. If you know anybody that's looking for painting, if they want to remodel their home, they got cracks on their ceilings, that kind of stuff, send them over my way. We will take care of them. Again, this is Gerry with Bar Painting, where you raise the bar and we paint it.
That was good, bro. That was good. Should I try it as well? Should I try to do it?
Yeah,
Put myself on the spot as well.
let's go. Let's do it,
All
man.
right, all right, let's do it. One, two, three. Hey everyone, my name is Jaber and I build websites for home service businesses. And I know there's a lot of companies that struggle to find someone they can trust their website with. And I want to be that guy. I build websites that I will I build brands that are desirable, more trustworthy and reputable. So if you're looking for a website, then drop me a DM, let's connect, let's do an audit, let's see how I can help you. So I did stutter, but I
Hey,
guess
man.
that was good for a first try, I would say.
Yeah, yeah, bro. It was good too because we're right on the spot, right? I mean, it's never gonna be perfect. It's never gonna be perfect, bro. But it's real. It's real, right? This is real. This is not scripted. This is real. So
100%.
good stuff, man. Yeah.
That
I mean, like kind of how they say when you go like do MMA or any kind of combat sport, or I think pretty much anywhere, when you go practice, that is your place to mess up. That's what practice, like that is your place to go all out and mess up. You could mess up there, but you got to get ready for the real fights, right? So that's good. Good stuff. Thanks for putting me on blast, man. That means I gotta stay more ready. I gotta be more ready than that because I did not expect you to do that.
that's that's the thing, bro. Like if you're connected with other growth minded people, they're gonna help you level up as well. If there's like two people and like one, like let's say two friends, one is like doing a little bit better, he's gonna try to push his other friend, so that way he raised the bar himself as well, right? So like I love your bits, right? Because you didn't stutter at all, right? It shows me that you have been practicing, right? It shows me that you have been trying, and that's amazing, right? And another thing that I really do want to, like, one of the things you said, I know we covered a lot of things, but like couple of things you said as well, like giving back to the community as well. One thing that I did like, and I still think to this day to myself as well, right? Because I have goals myself personally, right? I want to do achieve some of the goals. I've achieved really, like I would say like 80% or maybe like 70% of the goals that I want, but the last 30%, that's like the huge goals, right? And I always think like what's next after it, right? What am I gonna do like after I have all of these goals fulfilled, right? So that's kind of like where you need to have a bigger purpose in mind, right? And giving back, helping the community, that's always like, I would say like, if you're a good human being, if you actually care about other people, then that's something you need to like definitely like look into as well and help out as well wherever you can, right? Because you never know like when your small like help could make a huge difference to somebody's life, right? So that's super amazing, man, and I watch for that as well. I love that. And what else would you like to say before we end this and leave some final words to the audience, man?
Well, just kind of where you left off, something that came to my mind was inspiring people, inspiring people to do more, to be great. Um, there's a lot of people that I grew up with, that's been around my circle, um, that all I really, what I want out of all of this for them is for them to see you can do it. It's possible. And the thing about it is that they know me before all of this. So they know it's for sure possible because they know Gerry was probably the last person to do this. I was the last person that you would expect to be doing what I'm doing right now because I was a troublemaker. I was, partying a lot, having too much fun, while all these other people, they were pretty straight, like they were going up the right road, but while Gerry was over there partying, having too much fun, all that kind of stuff, not really caring about nothing but himself. So from what I want people to take away from this is that you can do it too. Whatever you want in life, you can do it. It just takes you are the one that can make that happen. God gives you the options, He gives you the choices. You choose what you want to do. Don't blame other people for things in your life. You control your life. You know? Um, so if you want to start your own business, do it. Find the right people to help you and do it. If you want to not have your own business and you want to work for somebody but you want to have a higher position, do it. Let them know. Let your boss know your goals. Let them know your goals and how they can help you get there. One thing that us people are afraid of doing is asking for help. I was like that. I didn't want to really ask people for help. As a man, you think you can do everything. Oh, I mean, I can do it. I don't need help. But we all need help. And we all need to feel comfortable asking for help. And some people may think, well, people don't want to help me. I don't want to ask for help because they might not want to help me. Guess what? People want to help. People want to help you. You just got to find the right people to reach out to and ask for help. They say it all the time. Ask help for people that have been there where you want to go, that are already there, or have been where you want to go. And I'm sure they will help you.
That is so amazing, man. I love it. You know what? This podcast really lit a fire in me, right? Like I've done like probably like 10, close to 10 podcasts at this point. Not many, but this specific one really lit a fire in me, and this really inspired me to do more better things as well. And hopefully it inspires the person listening, and it inspires the community as well, and they take action. And this was really amazing. And dude, I loved it. If anybody wants to connect with Gerry bar painting, the socials are going to be linked below. Connect with him and see what opportunities you have. And thanks for sharing all of this information.
Yeah, no, and then the last thing that I want to give the audience is this gentleman right here, Jabber. He is awesome, dude. I mean, yes, he helped me with my website. He gave me the website audit. He helped me. People love it. They think it's like we are a luxury brand. They know we're not going to be the cheapest. But what I really like, what I really love about Jabber is that he keeps in touch. He keeps in touch and he checks in on you and he asks about your goals, how's everything going. He even shared with me like he just got a new bike, a new motorcycle. He shared that with me. That's awesome. I love to see that, bro. So, thank you for doing that. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for being awesome.